Hello and ho ho ho, a very good evening to you ladies and gentlemen. Ho ho ho, what can we say? Happy Christmas. We're getting that way now, aren't we? We're on our way down to Christmas and it's lovely to see you. Now, the thing about not having your own beard, as some of you may know, is it does not get itchy, but there you go. Anyway, so this is the first in the sequence in line here of doing Christmas shows. And when we're doing this Christmas show, you'll notice here we're having a great time. I'm just getting everything. For goodness sake, you try to do face recognition. It doesn't recognise Father Christmas on your phone. That's great, isn't it? Anyway, so we're now live. We're now live to the show. And of course, everything goes right, wrong, and does everything here. And the producer's on the show. She's saying hola, or should we say, now that means in Spanish, that means ho, as in part of ho ho. So she may say hola hola in a minute, but there you go. Anyway, we have a new little intro. We're on the festive season. We hope you like a little tune. And like up here, we'll probably pull some crackers tonight. What do you think? Should we pull some crackers? Hola, Phil Griggs. It's lovely to see you. Ho ho ho, lovely to see you. God. Sorry. Anyway, right, here we go. Here's our little intro. Well, there you go. How's that? Do you like that? Come on now, guys. Let's give a round of applause to you guys who enjoyed this show. How are you? Look at, yes. Ah, dear, it's getting misty outside. Very, very misty indeed. But luckily, I've got Santa nav on my car, on my sleigh. They can't get any better here. Okay, great. All right, here we go. So, I feel it is Phil. Yes. No, it's Father Christmas. What you on about? Crazy woman. No. Don't you know what time of year it is? Yes. Someone ring that lady's bell. There you go. Okay. Don't know why you... okay. Ellie says there's no sound, but there is now. Good. It was probably... I've ever make up some jokes there. Laura says, hello. Lovely to see you. Sandra Park says hello. As does Laura Watts. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. And Ellie says, hello, everyone. And everyone say hello. So I never thought I'd see the day. And hello, Sandra. And that's it. That looks about it so far. God, it's right up your nose. Sorry. Anyway. Compose myself. Yes. Would you like some presents? Well, there is always stay in the present because that's why the past is the past. How's that? Merry Christmas, says Laura. The thing is about a beard, it's never easy unless it's your own beard. Do you know what I mean, ladies? I mean, if you've got your own beard, that's different, isn't it? When it's not so itchy. When it's not your own beard, you've got someone else's this thing on, then it's crazy. So I have to reveal myself. I have to flash my beard. Sorry, this is going wrong, isn't it? Anyway, very good evening to you, and this is part of the festive show. We're here for a mere 2 hours. How long are you say? Yes, 2 hours. So come along, join in the fun. I'm joined by the fabulous elf, Helen Grady. She's coming in to join the show in just a second. And I'll just check. I think she's just checking on the elf and safety at the moment. Don't log off, folks. Don't log off. I know the jokes are terrible. They do get better. Honestly. Okay. How we know about our own bit? Well, you may have one. I know some of you are looking very smooth every now and then. I'm thinking, that must be a Wilkinson blade you're using now. I know what you ladies are like. Yeah, you'll be surprised what you find those crackers nowadays. Yeah. Anyway, right. Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about mediumship spirituality in this festive season, and all day we've been tying up a tree, doing a Christmas decoration. Look, and even a fire there is going in the background. Isn't that nice? Setting the festive scene. Yes. I can hear my elf in the background laughing. Anyway, so I suppose I better go and find out if she is there. I'll go find out if the... there she is, there she is. There goes the Christmas bells. Right, there's A minor, F sharp. You're putting a smile on my face. You're just how are you? How are you, Madame Elf?
Oh, very busy. Working for you, Santa.
I know. I expect timing to, especially here. Yes. Oh dear. Okay, I'll get these off first of all, folks, because I know you want to hear these, and I thought I would do it. And right, why didn't Mary and Joseph make it to Bethlehem? You're supposed to say, why didn't Mary and Joseph make it to Bethlehem?
Why?
Because the Virgin flights were cancelled.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's terrible. And you hear about the production down at Santa's workshop, which is true. Many of the workers have had to elf isolate. Yeah. Oh, dear.
Wish I could.
And here's a good one. Why can't Boris Johnson make his Christmas cake until the last minute? He doesn't know how many tiers it should have.
Oh, it's getting worse. Have you got these out of a cracker, or have you made them up yourself?
You get them for places. But there you go. It is, well, there you go. Anyway. So during tonight's show, we're doing live media readings. We're talking about the energy at the present time. We're also talking about how you guys are out there, and that'll do that. That's enough of jokes. Any other jokes come up in a long time? Here's stuff that we've managed to arrange ourselves rather than reading off the hot press. Anyway, right, okay. Santa Press. Good evening. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? You look absolutely fine. Yes, you do. Yes, great. And so up there in England, how is it?
Raining.
Okay.
But not as cold as it has been.
Right. Okay. Not as cold as it has been. Okay.
No.
Okay. All right then.
It's not bad. It was a bit windy before, more windy than cold, and it was raining quite a bit, but it's gone off now. So hopefully Kev will get it out the back and shift some of the rubbish he's collected out the loft.
He's another
elf. Know the incident with the loft.
He's another elf. Okay, and right. What would you do if your surname was... that's a good question. Helen, question for you. What would you do if your surname was Earth?
Earth?
Yeah.
I'd prefer it as a Christian name because I'd be Eartha Kitt.
You'd definitely be Eartha Kitt. I love... Ray, that is a good one. Eartha Kitt. I think that deserves a little bit of that. And we've also got here Sarah saying, hello, Elf Helen and Santa Phil. A very, very good evening. And I hope everyone is behaving out there. Your children are behaving there. I say there because Father Christmas won't be around.
Will they be on the naughty list or the good list?
I'm sure there are. And knowing those children, they're on a good list. Okay, right. Okay, so energy-wise, it's a funny old time of the year, isn't it? Because when you look up at the sky, it's look at the sky there, and you see that energy, those two planets coming closer and closer together. That's Saturn and Jupiter there, and that's an energy in itself, whether you're into astrology or not. Now, what are all people talking up there about this energy at the present time? What are they saying up there?
Well, they reckon it's going to be like the start of Bethlehem when the two planets come together, and I can't wait to see it myself. To be honest, I'll be looking out.
Right. Okay.
I think people are a bit mixed with their energies. Some of them are quite positive. Other people have heard of doom and gloom. So I think it affects different people.
For my workers, I've got one mate else called Gloom, and the other one's called Doom.
That's because you have us grafting too hard.
Another one. Okay, right. Now, also here, Susanna says, no, you would be Helen on Earth.
She knows me too well.
Far too well. Yes, I think we do.
Hell on Wheels.
Yes. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so yeah, because down here everybody's a little bit. This is why we're doing these shows. Partly doing these shows here because everybody's a little bit anxious, thinking, getting these little lockdowns. I mean, luckily, don't. Although we're lockdowns here, we still get down chimneys. Yes, whether you got one or not, and we're trying it that way. But also, it is a difficult time. I mean, not seriously, but people are saying here, because the legislation down here, people are now saying we've got to lock down more from the 21st December all the way through to New Year, with only 2 dates which you can stay out till midnight, which is Christmas Eve, I think it is Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, and the rest of the time you've got to be back in by 11. Back in by 11.
To be honest, we're the opposite now. We can have 5 days. But I think these governments are just making the rules up as they go along.
I think they're doing something.
Because they should have all done something at the same time. Instead of one country doing this, one country doing that, then you can go and visit, but you can't come back.
I know. It's like the Okie Dokie. Roll in, roll out, roll in, roll out.
It's ridiculous.
But never mind, we're here to chew you guys up.
But I've booked tickets to go to our local club on the Boxing Day, food included, of course.
Oh yes, because you have food up there, don't you?
You've got to have food, yeah. But I know that will be all right. But we've booked for New Year's Eve as well. Now, whether that comes off, we don't know, because they reckon it's only from the 23rd to the 27th or 28th.
See, that's good with this virus, because it knows not to do anything during that time. It's
exactly.
So intelligent.
And it won't get me when I'm sat down eating.
No, and it definitely will avoid you with an elbow.
Very clever.
Yes, I know, because there's no time off, you know. During this period. That's why. That's why it's like this. Okay, good. Okay, Ariana Blount from San Diego says, hello everyone. We're saying ho 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 from over here. Sorry. Ho ho. This is the real Santa. No, it was. Yeah, it's a smooth Santa. This is my hairy chest. I've been growing it all week.
It's showing your age now if it's white hair.
No. It's the colour. It's the colour. The colour's wrong. You think it's that colour. It's not. Love your outfit, Phil. Thank you very much, as Chelsea and Cheryl says, "Hello, Debs and Helen," and everybody else is coming in too. Yes. Now, I've been doing a few little chats with people here, and I guess everybody's a little bit anxious because of the energy going around at the moment. We just had this eclipse energy, then we have all this Saturn Jupiter getting together, and everything's moving out to Capricorn, everything starts to shift off into Aquarius, and you're looking at me going, what? Here we go, what? Because you're not.
I don't understand the planets.
Yes. Okay, well, all right. So anyway, everybody's feeling this bit of energy. So I thought what we'd do, guys, we'd do some readings. Would you like some readings out there? Yes. You can have a, I'm trying to think, what's another word? Psycho Santa reading. Psycho Santa reading. How's that?
Definitely psycho.
Psycho Santa readings. How's that? So we're giving these away tonight. And also here, as the producer is saying here just earlier on, she says, the prize draw is still active. If you have a reading tonight, post a comment or post in the Cafe Clairvoyance group or on the Cafe Clairvoyance page to win a free 1 hour one-to-one reading with Spiritual Santa Medium moi. How's that? Okay, so you go, you got it. Okay, so if you have a reading tonight, you want to comment, that is absolutely crackingly great. Oh, yeah. Okay, right. Now, shall we let's just go and get straight on with it, shall we?
Yes, if you wish.
I might wish. But will your wish is granted. Now, so like a genie. Genie, yes. I have to rub something. So.
Now, Philip, remember the public are watching.
The public have to rub something, and then that's it. I rub my crystal ball and see if a genie. Oh. Oh. Anyway, there you go. Right. Okay. So Eleni, she says here that she's gone for navy blue, and she says here, anything to cheer me up. It's Christmas. And he's feeling low. She's feeling. Eleni is feeling low. How low can you go? How low can you go? Right, you want to say, and Joe Gardner wants a Psycho Santa reading as well. Absolutely no problem at all. Right, I'm just going to tune into my feel the bubble on my hat. Yes, I can feel the energies already. Now, Navy Blue. Okay, so although we're playing, I am tuning in. I would always work with integrity. I wouldn't do anything else. Right. Okay. Let's have a little look here. So as I start tuning in with you guys, let's have a little look here. And one of the things I'd like to say here, as I'm picking up for you, Eleni, is would you understand here that part of the reason why you're feeling a little bit low is because, not necessarily because of what you're doing, would you understand it's the plans around everybody else? That's the first thing I'm picking up here. Plans around everybody else. And I have, and also, oh, this is interesting. Right. Okay, I've got a gentleman here who wants to come in, but he's full of, he would have liked this season because he's almost like saying to me, ho, 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 and just laughing around with me. Anyway, and as he's talking to me here, and he's bringing us this information, he was quite a big man. It's about the size of Santa. Anyway, but he is quite a big man. And as he's coming through, he wants to say to me here, would you understand that there's been this is an odd thing to say, but they do this, they do this. Would you understand there has been a little bit of an issue with a loo in the house? The loo. So I'm picking up this first of all, and this is what he wants to say. But also, what I want to say here too, would you understand here that a lot of old plans you used to have literally have gone down the loo? Because there's two things here. There's a problem with the loo, and stuff. A lot of plans have gone down the loo. And this is what he wants to say to me here, because this is how he's coming across. And his energy as well as to say to me here, I've got a lady here. This is interesting. Would you understand around this date is a lady who passed into the spirit world because she's coming through as well. And she just wants to let me know that she is remembering this date, around this date. So we're coming in December, I think just a bit before Christmas. But this lady here wants to come over to be remembered. And there was something to do in nursing, and there was something about a job. And I'm also picking up here too that this is interesting. You think your plans are dashed. They are not. Okay, I'm going to tune in a little bit more. Helen, would you like to say anything to cheer up the wonderful Eleni?
Eleni, right. Well, as you know, Phil, before I speak to Eleni, sometimes somebody comes through while I'm in the bath. So if I give them off, it might be for somebody else, or it might be for Eleni. But I got a gentleman that came through, and he took me on a scene for, like Scott of the Antarctic, where they wear all them big coats and like loads of snow. And this is what was given to me, just to say, I'm here and, just take things easy. Now then, he's coming back now, and he's saying it is for Eleni. Eleni, the reason why I feel that you picked navy, a colour, is because things are a little bit regimented, because it's school uniform, because I've seen a pleated skirt, and I feel this is what's happening with you at the moment. Everything's very strict, and people's negative thoughts are being taken on by you. Well, you need to stop it. And as this gentleman said, the reason he showed me the snow is the white for new beginnings, because there are going to be new beginnings for you. Scott, the name I have to give to you. That's why I got Scott of the Antarctic. Fantastic. Also, he's saying to me that everything now has to be fresh and new. Don't take the rubbish we get into the future. Leave it behind. Don't take on other people's negativity. Like you said, Phil, it was a bad thing to do. Now then, a lady's coming forward now. This lady, I have to say, was small in stature, but quite broadish. It's on your mother's side of the family, and she's running her fingers on her head, like as though, headaches, and touching her scalp all the time. I'll give a bit more information. Right. I don't know whether a name that sounds like Paul, but it's a female name, like a Paul, something Paola. Like that. Yeah, that's it. Now then, Eleni, fingers have been pointed. Don't let them point it at you. Okay?
Mm.
And the lady now is just here, and she's dishing up like lots of sweet meats, I have to say. Lots of spicy sweets on a tray. And it's a memory link for Eleni. I want to say spicy sweets, not sweets like what we have here. Would you understand that, Eleni? And it's just a little memory link that the sweetness is there. Sometimes things seem to be bittersweet, but at the end of it, it'll be all right.
I think so too.
And that's it, really.
Yes, I think so too. It's interesting because as you're talking here, I think it's funny actually because we've started doing this, and I actually feel here that one of the things that tends to come through with this is how you're going to actually make how you're going to actually make connections here. And as we and you are doing, Helen, is I think we pick up on the same spirit. And there's not sometimes not all mediums can do that because you pick up spirit, then I pick up spirit. We're in two completely different locations, yet we pick up this same vibe. That's how the spirit world can work. So this is amazing. I've never worked with someone like that before, so it's you're not a bad elf after all. You're not a bad elf. Anyway.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, so yes, because this guy, this uncle of yours who's been talking to me, he really wants to let me know that this is about you getting happy, you being stronger, and you being in your positive self. And then I think you're going to find here, you're going to find that your life is going to get stronger, better, happier. And I really pick up, you'll be fine, and you'll get past this particular phase. And plans, it's interesting here, they're telling me plans will rush through very quickly. They'll start moving fast. You're going, oh my God, it's almost like, well, this is what you wanted. Eleni, watch what's coming up, because they're telling me here we'll get a lot faster.
Can I just say that the gentleman popped himself back again to me, and he was singing Country Roads Take Me Home. So I don't know if there's been a longing to go back somewhere that was classed as home, but this is what he's singing to me. And it's also, I know West Virginia is in the song, but it's not West Virginia. It's somewhere else.
Yes. Yes, I think you're very true, Helen. And I think plans are going to start, all of a sudden, everything becomes unblocked. You start rocketing forward on it. So you may be feeling a little bit down at the moment. And I'd say to anybody in generalistic, anybody who's feeling a little bit down at this time, this is not a time to examine and think this is how it's going to be for here on in. It won't. It will be different. We're different. So there we go. There we go. Brilliant. Okie dokie. Ellie says, oh, that's very kind of her. She says here, that's my uncle. Says, good. Cannot wait. And says, well, absolutely brilliant. That's very nice. And also, guys, if you could do this, because Debs Harris has shared the show. If you could go down the bottom right-hand side here, just past Helen, and down to down on the right side it says share. As we're doing the show live, can you share it, please? That would be great if you could do that, because it just helps us get out there, because this show is free. That's all we ask you guys to do, and we really appreciate that. And in fact, we'll even give you a special reading if you do. How's that? How's that? Right. Okay. Meanwhile, let's go and have a look through the reindeer's sleigh, and Sue Hurst has got a message here. Oh yes, the producer says, remember to press those hearts, share it, share the love. It's Christmas. So I think, yes, we are in Christmas. Bless. Right. Okay, we're now going to go up to just checking it. Yes, and there is Joe. Joe, hello, Joe. Joe says red. Do you want to read him, please? What do you think you are, Santa? Red. What do you think you're up to? Right, I've got, it's, you know that song, and it's interesting you do songs, because I'm just picking up a song. And I've got this, and it's like Dick Van Dyke. It's a Dick Van Dyke song, I think. Anyway, this particular gentleman is saying to me, here's coming through, jogging along on the bright and breezy blue, la 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 day. I don't know the rest of the words. You know the song.
It's off Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. He's saying jogging along. It's Dick Van Dyke, wasn't it?
Bobbing along.
Well, this is what I'm hearing here. This guy's saying to me here, bobbing along, and he wanted to come through. Now, maybe he's a chimney sweep, but I don't think he was. But what he's saying to me here, he used to work outdoors, and he had to work in, I believe, quite sooty conditions, or conditions which could be oily or sooty. But he's coming through, and what he wants to let me know here is, he's just saying to me here, he says, take no notice of anything around you which you don't need to take notice of, and just bob along. Bob along. And he's also saying to me here, would you understand? Now, this is interesting, Joe. This is interesting. Would you understand here? This is going to be, from the energy of doing this, helps me to see what the year ahead is like or what's coming up. Because to try and see it myself is difficult. But to read for other people and then see what the energy is, I go, wow. Then I pick up what it is. Now, for you, Joe, would you understand it that you're looking quite possibly to move house from where you are at the present time? Because this guy here showed me a house and he wants to look at here about moving, but you're thinking this is not going to work, this is not possible. But we're at the time of Christmas where there's wishes and there's goodwill and there's all sorts coming on. So this is what I've got to say to you. First of all, I get the feeling here that you're going to look at homes about where you're going and what you're doing, and it's going to work out well. And money, as I look at here in January, I don't know what you're up to, young lady, but there's good news coming up with money. And this guy here is just over the moon to be with you. He says to me here, he says he was a bit of a white, is it rough diamond? I was going to say a white diamond, but that's a cider. You can't drink and drive sleigh with that stuff. Anyway, he's a bit of a rough diamond. That's what it's like here. But he just wants to let me know that he's there and that he's watching over you, and just bob along. He's saying to me, just go with the flow, just bobbing along. Okay, I'm going to pop down the road. Let's go and have a word with my little elf.
Yes. Well, while you were talking to Joe, I had a lady come and she's telling me that there's been quite a bit of sadness around Christmas time for Joe at some life. And she sat tapping her fingers here as though she's waiting for something. Now, sometimes waiting, you can get a little bit agitated because you think you shouldn't be waiting so long, but just be patient. This lady is telling me again, it's on the mother's side of the family. She's telling me that when she passed, it was a prolonged time of illness, and then she went quickly at the end.
Okay.
Right. She's talking about Tom, this lady. She's saying Tom. So there's connections with Tom for the lady, if Joe will understand that. There's the name Stella given, the name Agatha, or Ag, but I got the full name Agatha.
Okay.
And she's telling me something about splinters. Somebody got splinters, and this lady had to take them out for them.
Oh, bless her.
But it's not in the finger. Oh, God. You know what I mean. Now. Right. She's telling now, come hither, sit down and listen. Listen to the words that have been spoken. You might not like what you hear, but it has to be said, because if things aren't said, they can't be rectified. There is a problem and it needs sorting, but you need to open up with whoever it is that's, I know it's hard. I've been told the longer you leave it, the harder it is. And this lady's saying, come on now, you better get sorting it, because then negativity and pressure will lift.
It will do. It will do. And I really think that if you're working on that vibe, it's good. There's a lady here as well, just shows me here. She says that she was connected to the church because she wants to show me books associated to the church, like Bibles. And she's looking here, for instance, this lady here was quite a wise lady, although she's connected to the church and she would have followed the path. She'll follow the path here. This is what she's actually saying to me here as well. She's coming through, is that she wants to let you know that she's there working with you to follow through with your wisdom and not by impulse. The impulse. So it is just going along, just making your life go along here, clearing your path, And I get the feeling here that she's saying here it's about this wisdom bit. Although you said earlier on, just got started tenancy completed, so I can have the flat as long as I want. No. They are not telling me this. They are telling me different here. They're telling me another property, and you're going to wonder how you're going to do it. It's there. It's coming up. It's coming up here. And they're also showing me here that next year is a very different year for you than this year, because it's going to get a little bit more assertive. You're going to feel more assertive. Like, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. I'm not going to put up with that. But you just go for it. And she's just saying to me here as well, she wants to make it quite clear to you that I feel the energy around your life is going to be faster, happier, better. And I think you're going to rock through life. I think you'll be super happy. So good luck to you. Good luck to you. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Let's go and do... I'll find it now. Let's go and do a little bit of this. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, we thank you for everybody joining us. I know you're all over the globe here. Thank you very much for coming in. It's lovely to see some of you guys. Some of you in America, some in the UK, some in Europe, and others at other places as well. I believe there's someone here from Australia as well. Yes, it's crikey, that's early in the morning. Mind you, depends which side you're Australia on. Right, okay, let's go and have a look at where are we off to now. Let's go and have a look. Sandra. Sandra says here, Sandra Gold, general reading, please. Sandra. So I'd just like to, yeah, there she is. Good, got that as well. Sandra Gold, general reading. Thank you very much. Sandra, thank you very much for joining us, and a Merry Christmas to you. And as I'm talking to you here, I would like to, now would you understand someone called Tony or Anthony, please? Because I'm hearing this energy straight away, coming straight into me, letting me know that this particular guy is here. And as I'm talking to him, he wants to let me know, would you understand, this is interesting, would you understand a man that fell from a height and he passed, I think because of the accidents, he fell, and I think that's how he passed. But I hear a name Anthony as well, and I also want to hear about a lorry driver. And I also would like to hear about, but also get the army as well. And I don't know if this is separate guys at the moment or not, but they're coming in. And I'll tell you what, this is interesting. Sandra Park says, yes. And I'm hearing here as well, as I'm picking up this, that I'm seeing here that there's interesting times coming up in front. And if I was to look here to say for a general reading, anything I need to tell you is, yes, separate guys, she says here. One's in the army, one fell from a height. He tells me here that he's come through, and the other one here. Now, would you understand? Would you understand here? He's looking at your digestive system, and it's looking at it here to say you've got to sort something out here, because you're not feeling right. You're not feeling right. I'm not a doctor, and I'm just Santa Claus. Anyway, I'm just, so I'm hearing here that there's got to be some stuff going on inside this part of you to sort yourself out, and then things get better. But you may have to go and face it and deal with it. And also here, I'm hearing opposition from an older woman who is just saying no to things. But is she saying no because she's scared? I'm going to pop down the road. Oh dear. I popped down the road. Oh dear, allergies said. It may be allergies, but it's your digestive system. It's like things that you're not reacting well to. But you've got to get this sorted out in case of other problems it causes. But I'm not the doctor, so I don't want to make melodramatics, anything like this. But ho, this is the way it goes. And I'm just picking up this.
Yeah, well, food allergies can affect your gastrointestinal tract, Phil. So I know where you're coming from there, Fora.
Okay.
Now, as you were talking, I got a gentleman coming through, and he made me aware of a head condition. Whether he passed with this head condition, I'm not sure, but yes, he did. He's coming forward now. Yes, he did. It's not family link. So it's either a friendship or a neighbourly link, because he's saying not family. It wouldn't have been a pretty sight to see, he's telling me, but he's okay, everything's fine. The number 5 connects with him, so whether it's the 5th month, 5 years, 5 months, I'm not sure, but the number 5 connects with him. Now then, he's tiptoeing now. He's saying, tiptoe through the tulips, do, 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 do. So this, to me, it reminds me of one of those American Horror Stories things. So I feel there was a bit of a mystery around him. I don't know what it is because he's not making me aware of it, but there was a bit of a mystery, whether it was his passing or it was just him himself. Now, I've got the name Sean that connects. Oh, now then. I was going to say my name, Helen, connects with this man as well, but it's not me. Now, the person that we're giving this message to on the earth plane, and all my bells are rattling like that, but will you please listen out for when you've got bells in the house, when you hear it rattling? It'll be this gentleman that's doing it. So the spirit will rattle the little bell like that. I've been told the month of May is significant for you, August and September too. And I'm also being told, stop looking too deep into things. Sometimes you can't see the wood for the trees. You're looking too deep into a situation, which really you could just skirt over a scan. Too deep and unearthing things that really don't need to be unearthed. And on that note, he steps back.
Okay. When you're working tonight, Helen, because every time I'm working, whether it's you or sometimes, well, definitely with you, is the energy, the way I connect keeps changing. Like 1 minute I think it's going to be something I can see, then I see it as something I sense, and then I hear things. Is it doing the same with you?
Yeah. Yeah, all the time.
Yes.
Sometimes I never know how I'm going to work, to be honest.
Neither do I.
I leave it up to the spirit, because sometimes he'll show me the image. Sometimes they'll give me the thought. Other times they'll make me sit up or like hold me head or just give me the information. I just go with the flow. It changes all the time, doesn't it?
It does, and that's why I was picking up. Every time I work with you, it does. Like this.
Is it me?
I didn't mean to be offensive one little bit. Ho ho ho. No, it's this is more to do with. It's just sometimes it's just an energy, isn't it? Energy there. The way they work is quite incredible. Yes, good. And right now, it's interesting as well here, because what I wanted to go and talk to you a little bit about is there a particular time or season that you feel stronger in working in, like for instance like spring, autumn, winter or summer, or does it matter?
We can't work in the cold, can we?
No, that's one thing. I tell you what, never go, guys, if everything has started going no, if ever you want a medium to come around your house, make sure your house is warm. No, cool, dear. No,
we've had a bad experience, haven't we, Phil, of that?
Yes, cold is not good. Cold is not good. No, it's very limiting. It blocks you, doesn't it? It shuts you down a bit. Yes, so yeah, the cold does. But it's interesting. I think this time of year, as long as you're warm, it's okay, and get warm. But yeah, it's funny. I think certain times of the year, for instance, around your birthday, being a Gemini, and those particular areas, do you find you're stronger around your birthday, or do you not see it that way?
I've not noticed. Okay. To be honest, I might as well be truthful. I've not noticed.
It is interesting. So I was talking to a few mediums. Some mediums say they find they're stronger in the element sign that they're in. For instance, yours an air signs. For instance, being in Gemini time or Libra or Aquarius, those people then feel like they're more with the energy. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, I see that the producer remembers that night.
He remembers that night. Ho, 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 ho. Now, what I want to say a little bit later on during the show tonight here, we wanted to say a huge thank you to all the special guests which have been on the Tuesday or Wednesday show. And we've collected loads of videos from, or selfies from people who'll be on the shows, and they just said a big thank you. So during the show tonight, we could drop this in. Hopefully the AI won't go knock it off, because if we get knocked off tonight and suddenly the show just collapses, is because this video, the AI just gone, sorry, you can't have that. But we tried it earlier on, it was okay. But if we suddenly drop, we will then log back in again and come back on. So, but we just want to show this because it's Christmas time, and we wanted to show that everybody wanted to do something very special for you guys. Yes. Debs Harrison, never knew that about the cold affecting connections. Absolutely, it really is. It's a bit like kryptonite, isn't it?
Especially if you're outside and it's freezing.
Yes, not a good one. Oh dear. Thank you very much. These Bill and Helen work well together. They always seem to gel together well in everything. Thank you very much. Denise, it's lovely you to say.
Big little brother.
I try to work out there in your little thumbnail there. It looks like 4 people with 3 huge pints of beer, or are they tables? Well, I've just seen it. It looks like, I bet it's beer. All right, at least I bet I hope it is. Okay, right, let's go move on. Let's go and find Debs Harris. She would like to know about her love life. So Debs, let's have a little look here. She's gone pink, love life, and I know you gave her date of birth up there, so I'll work with that a little bit as well, because you put that in. That's very kind of you. And so if you want to, whilst I'm doing this, if you want to pick up anything at all on Debs, by all means do. Pink, love life.
Pink, love life. Oh, well, pink, as I always say, is for love and protection. Now, I think there's been some sharp words been said around Deb. Words that probably were said in haste and were taken out of context. Right now, I have a gentleman and a lady coming in together now. So they're obviously a couple. And I feel that there's Catholic connections with these, because they're making me have my hands in the prayer. Right. It's from your mother. It's your mother's side of the family, but it's not your parents. It's above, they're telling me. So it's obviously your mother's parents. Oh, feisty. You're a feisty one, Deb. I don't really know you, because this lady now is coming forward and saying she's like me, feisty, says it as it is, and that's it. And sometimes it backfires on her, even in your real life kind of thing. Now, she's giving me a posy to give to you. So whether that is memories of walking day or things like that I would remind it of, like carnations with the white round and the little bit of tin foil, and she wants to hand it over to you. So I think that the childhood memories have been sweeter than adult memories. I don't know what that means, but I'm just saying what this lady's telling me.
Maybe the Irish side.
You've got to work at it, dear. You've got to work at it. Everything has to be worked at, I'm being told. Now she steps back and the gentleman's coming in. And as he comes in, he's making me aware of, I don't know if it's his lower back or his hip that has quite a bit of trouble with. Because it's just here on the side.
Yeah, I've picked
it up as well. You tell her, while I've got chance, I've come in, because you couldn't get past. The lady obviously was the stronger one in the relationship. But tell her, you've got to work at it. You've got to work at it. Listen to me for once. And then he's laughing. And then as he laughs, he's giving me a duck. And I don't know why. There must be a connection or a memory right with a duck, because he's handing the duck to me to give you. Now, and remember as well, he's telling me all that glitters isn't gold. So don't worry if you don't get what you think you're getting, because other things are nice. It's okay, people showing you presents, which I think has been happening. I'm getting this, I'm getting that, I'm getting the other. But what they're showing you isn't always the best. Just wait, be patient, and you will get what you want in the end. And he steps back, and then at the same thing, he's coughing as though, oh, my chest. It reminds me of not just a smoker, it reminds me of like my granddad who worked down the mines. So I know it's that kind of cough. Secret Santa, I'm being told. And then he steps back.
I think I've got the same gentleman. Here, and he's really interesting. He's a chatterbox. And maybe I understand his Des, what says to you, but he tells me here, he always says he was going to give up smoking. And he always said to everybody, he told everybody, I'm going to give up this, I'm going to give up this, and that was that. And he shows me a greenhouse and he shows me a shed because he loved it. He loved being down there just tinkering, pottering away. And he was a chap sometimes who would talk about himself. There was pigeons. Now that's interesting. But there was pigeons. Now, because I keep picking up this shed or this greenhouse, and sometimes, well, maybe it's the duck. Maybe the duck was in a shed with the pigeons. Just drives you quackers, that way, wouldn't it? Anyway, so sorry, had to be said. Anyway, but this is what she's saying to me. This is what he's saying to me. He wants to say to me that he's always used to smoke. He said he's going to give it up. He never did. And there's two gentlemen here because one of them had no hair, just strands around the side here. And I'm just trying to get him through to pick up his name. And he is like, for example here, the particular guy I'm talking to, he liked his shed, I think it's connected on your dad's side. This other chap was like his brother, but it was like his protege. So he was always like looking up to his brother. He was never felt quite strong. Who was I pick up was like connected to your dad. Anyway, so this guy here, he's telling me here about his pigeons here. Sorry, he's telling me about his sheds. And he was a matterer, he used to do things. But interesting, great uncle. Okay, great uncle, fine. But he's telling me here that he wants to come through and say to you that he's here because he said he was always going to do things, but he never did. Yeah, or some things he wants to go do, like give up smoking, he says, because his life would have been better. For you, he's saying exactly the same. Don't just say you're going to do something and not do it. If you're going to do it, do it. Now, it's interesting here because you're a number 7 in numerology. And this 7 here is great if you want to hide away or hide your fears away or hide things away and don't talk to people, which is not good for you. No, that's not good for you. And luckily, you're coming up next year to a 10-1 year. And that's interesting because that year about you is that, well, you can't hide anymore. You have to come out. And so if you do come out, that is actually better for you. And that would actually help you a great deal if you were to do that. Because then you would...
Sorry.
Oh, well, where you gone then? Sorry. I've got a hanky here. Look. Anyway, so
I've got one here.
Yeah. So that's what I'm hearing at the moment. That's what he wants to say to me in a moment. Is they're showing me they want you to know. He wants you to know here that they want you to do things. Don't just talk about it. Do it. But next year you're actually coming into a time where I think here you're going to go right. I've got to do what I've got to do now, especially spiritually. Especially what you want to stand up and say, and especially what you want to get out there and go and do. You've got to go and do what you've got to go and do. Yes. How's that? Right. Here we go. Right. The producer says, if you have a reading tonight, please post a comment on the Cafe, on the Cafe Clairvoyance group or on the Cafe Clairvoyance page to enter the prize draw. 1 hour reading with moi. A winner will be announced on Wednesday, 23rd December. Okay, right. Okay. And Davine says, so sorry, haven't been able to join you tonight. Barn is flooded, having to move sheep out. Oh dear. Hope you get this signal is bad. Oh dear. So I hope things are okay. Caitlin from California says, hi, we say ho. Ho, 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 ho.
Oh.
You have a few of the old martinis. You're typically saying
shaken, not stirred.
Indeed, certainly, yes. Sandra Bond. Anyway, there we go. So yes. Anyway, what are you doing for this Christmas?
Pardon?
What are you doing with this Christmas? Are you staying local? Are you? Have you got?
I've got all the kids and the grandkids. There's about 13 or 14 of us I'm cooking for. They're making up for me last time in Spain.
Oh, brilliant. So you got the big elves, the little elves, and the tiny elves.
Yeah. Well, my eldest two grandsons live in Plymouth, so it's not very often I see them. So they're up with their dad in Manchester because he's in the forces.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, Teddy, practically lives here. And then the youngest one, Joey, will come, but the parents are coming for the lunch as well. So it'll be nice. That's what Christmas is for.
Wonderfully, fabulously lovely. Good. Okay, right. Okay, right. Where you go now? Cave Clairvoyance is just saying, oh yes, we did a little bit of tiddle, a little bit of celebration, a bit of ho ho and a hi hi and all sorts.
Oh.
Yes, good. Okay, right. It's interesting actually because Caitlin and her friends. There were three friends with three masks on. It must have been. It was quite funny because it looked like the three Musketeers. Because it gets worse. It gets worse anyway. I know. Okay, let's go and pop up the road. Let's go and say hello to Alice. And after Alice, we're going to do something. We are. Okay, Alice says, Black, general reading, please. General reading. Not a major reading or a corporal reading or even a captain reading. She wants a general reading. Are we in the army or something? I see you've got lots of stripes on your cap there, young elf. What are you, a major or a general?
And my sleeves.
Brilliant. Oh
and
dear.
Fell.
I bet they'll be looking for you for the sound. No, not the Sound of Music. From the Wizard of Oz for years. Where the hell's that elf? Where the hell's that Munchkin gone?
If you're gonna do it, you've got to do it right.
You've got to do it. Okay. Right, Alice, she's got the Black. She wants general reading. Okay. Good evening, Alice. Very good evening to you. And would you understand here that, first of all, Alice, that you have to stand back? Well, I'm not saying you have to, but you're being advised to stand back. And there's a reason why I'm being asked to say to stand back, because the spirit world is saying to be here, because there's a couple of situations going on around you here. And you've got to be careful how you get involved or how you don't get involved. One of the two. Because I pick up here, this is something here that's going to come up around you. Anyway, what they're saying to me here is yes, so just be observant of what you're seeing here. Just be careful. Because if you take sides on situations here, if you do this, then just take care there. What I'm also being shown here is, would you understand that there's been some funny feelings and stuff around you here? But what I'm being shown around you is, don't go and, I wouldn't say antagonize the situation, just be careful there. I just get the feeling here just to stand back a little bit and let people come to you, because they're going to. Then things tend to unwind a little bit. It's almost like sometimes playing the, oh, I didn't know that. But really you did. Really did. Sometimes you used to stand back a little bit and just observe. They're telling me here as well, would you understand here that you're thinking about going back into learning? Learning, education, and I've got this gentleman here whose hair was very white. He was whiter than my beard. Anyway, his hair was very white, and his hair was quite fluffy white, and he could never really comb it. It sounds like Boris. Boris Johnson, but he's an old guy. Anyway, but he's here and he's talked to me because he wants to come through. I get the feeling he's on your mother's side rather than your father's side. But this guy, very white hair, quite fluffy, and the way he's coming out. In fact, I get an H to do with his name. Like Harold Henry, but Harold. The Harold was the first bit, so I go with that. And yes, Cheryl says yes, if there's time, please. We're on for 2 hours tonight. You've got plenty of time. Go and get a bottle of wine or something and just relax. Just relax it. Sorry, Alice, I'm coming back to you in a second. Anyway, so what I'm picking up here to say to you is this guy wants to come in here. He says, what you're going to look at and you're going to need to look at, you're going to work on a great deal, Alice, as I pick up into next year, is your structure, is what your strategy is and what it is you want to do. And that sounds like, okay, great. Now here we are, general reading, corporal, captain, whatever reading, and it sounds like the army. Well, no, it's not the army. It's about getting organized, getting very, very organized. The more organized you are, the better, I pick up here. And it's about looking after you. Don't follow everybody else. Let everybody else chase after you a little bit. Yes. Anyway, let's go and pop down the road or pop up the road. Go and have a word with Elf Grady.
Oh yes, Lady Grady.
Lady Elf Grady, yes.
Yes. Now, as you were talking, Phil, I have the name Kath shouted from Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when that name was shouted, a lady came through. I don't know whether it's her name because the name was shouted first for the connection. And as the lady come through, it was a young energy. And she's telling me that when she passed, it was unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she's telling me there's a situation about the person that's receiving this, that there's a bit of cloak and dagger going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, she showed me struggling to put the Christmas tree up. So whether it's the person on the earth plane or it's a memory link, well, the Christmas tree, and she was watching and laughing, even though she's in the spirit world. She said nothing's changed then. And it was as though the pieces wouldn't go in properly, you know, and stand up to put the decorations on. But just be careful for the cloak and dagger. And it is actually someone who is close to the person receiving the message that is doing the cloak and dagger business.
Yes, I pick up that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was nasty, but wasn't very nice, I have to say.
Yeah.
And this lady is a friendship with the person, with the recipient of the message. Now, she's showing me clouds, and the clouds are clearing. So I feel that whatever it is, the cloak and dagger business, the clouds are parting, and you'll see clearly what is actually going on, which you didn't see before.
Yeah.
I've got the name Ralph, so I'll give you the name Ralph. It's an unusual name, but I'll give you the name Ralph. Now, I've just been handed a packet of Rolo sweets. You know, the chocolate with the caramel inside.
They're nice,
that I have to give to you.
I used to love them when I was a kid.
Because I feel the chocolate and the sweetness is needed for the recipient, but also this lady in spirit loved them too.
Very nice too.
Now, I'm being told that March is very significant. She's now telling me that there's 2 children in spirit. One touched the earth plane, one didn't. But there's 2 in spirit, and this lady has their energies with them. Very nice. Also now, oh, good Lord, I have to sit up now because I also now have a nun coming through, and she's making me speak clearly, and I don't feel it's a family member. I don't know whether it's a teacher of the recipients but the nun is here for you. She watches you all the time, and she will help you and guide you even through the situation on the earth plane now that's happening. Right, and I have the name Antoinette. Now, whether it's you shorten the name, but that's the name Antoinette that I have to give to the recipient.
Okay.
And yes, it will be a white Christmas, I'm being told.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. Okay.
And that was it, really, short and sweet.
Alice, I hope that helps you, and very nice for you to join us. Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas to you. And Petra says, deck the halls, guys. Ho, ho, ho. It's lovely to see you too. Lovely to see you. And we got loads of lovely people. Rachel Thomas says, hi Phil and Helen, hope you're both keeping okay. We are. Thank you very much indeed for asking that. And Sandra Park seems to think the jokes are getting worse. No, they're not. They're not. It's the time of year where these jokes are. Yes, she says thank you. Good. Okay, we're going to come back just about now. However this, guys, this is going to work. But I just want to do something here. And if this works, this will be fantastic. And I'll tell you a bit more about this afterwards.
Hi, I'm Sammy Hammy, the music producer for Clairvoyance, wishing everybody a magical Christmas time and a happy new year.
Hi, my name is Guiomar Ramirez Montesinos, and I'm the regular guest at Cafe Clairvoyance's Wednesday spiritual show. I'm the one that brings you the astrology of the day, and I'm wishing you a very lovely and very happy Christmas.
Hello, it's Taryn Sandbrook here from Truly Intuitive, the Intuitive Coach, wishing you all a very, very Merry Christmas and a very happy and wonderful New Year.
Hi, I am Vitika and I am a medium. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Was that? Is that nice? Well, hopefully what we'll do, I'm not going to put your one on like Helen, because you sent me one. I'm not going to put it on the same show that you're on.
No. You'll recognise me anyway.
I know. That's the problem. Say, hang on a minute. What's going on here? No. So we want to say a big thank you, big thank you to all the wonderful people who have given their time. Helen is you as well. Given their time on Tuesdays, Fridays, all the different nights there. And also, we want to say here is a huge thank you to Sammy Hammy. And he's actually done a little selfie video himself here. He's a musical producer, does all the music. And that music there is fantastic. It's like Disney music. It's real dum. Anyway, sorry, that's dancing. And anyway, it's good. So, but he just wants to say this.
Hi, I'm Sammy Hammy. I'm the musical director for Cafe Clairvoyance. And I've also been on the show, wishing everybody a magical Christmas time and a wonderful New Year.
He is such a nice guy. He is one of the most dearest friends, I think.
He's very talented, isn't he?
He's an extremely talented guy. And I so thank AI, you didn't cut us short. Thank you. Wherever you are.
Don't speak too soon.
Sure, it's Christmas. Anyway, and Sammy was actually going to do a live on the show. A couple of weeks ago, but unfortunately, as you heard his voice, he wasn't very well. So, but he's better now, and we may do something in between Christmas and New Year where he comes on live. We do a show and he plays some music whilst we do readings, and we have a lovely time. How's that, guys? Would you like that? Would you like it?
Oh,
yes.
It's very good. Very good.
Says the producer. Very true. Now, if you guys, this is touch you guys, want to message in and do a little selfie and just say, hi, Cafe Clairvoyance, just wish you all a Merry Christmas. Do so. We'll compile them all together, put the music behind it, and we'll do it live on the show there. How's that? Wherever you are, whether it's you guys out in America, whether it's you guys in the UK, in Spain, in Australia, or even in Lapland. Even your elves can do it.
Oh yes.
You haven't seen an elf like that, or your elves.
Wait till they see it.
I know. Ah, dear. Right, we're going to pop down the road. I'll say pop down the road, and let's go and have a look. Are you enjoying this show, by the way, folks? Are you enjoying it? Ho ho ho! Bit of festivity. Are you all right out there? Let's have a little bit of Christmas cheer, and yes, see what's going on. I just want to check out how the producer's doing. She's been very, very busy, running backwards and forwards with letters, mails, and things like this, and just check what she's up to. Okay, there she goes. She's a busy lady, I tell you. Always running around. That woman never stops. Anyway, so what else do you do? Yes, I think we need a bit of this. Would you like your drink topped up? Yeah, just top it up for you there. Is that nice? Oh.
Thank you very much, Phil.
You're more than welcome. That's okay. It's amazing how we do this this AI drinking.
I know it's only water.
Yes, that's right. Anyway, right, okay. So, right, where else are we going to go now? And yeah, he says, "Hi, Sammy Hammy, Merry Christmas." That's lovely. And I'll make sure he sees this show if he's not busy. He's probably out doing. I know he's a very busy man, but he's brilliant. Okay, yes, the producer is reminding me, saying Cheryl and Caitlin for reading. Yes, okay, all right. It's busy up here. So let's go back. Let's go and find. I think the first one in line here is Cheryl. Cheryl, she wants a general reading. Hello, ho ho ho. Good wishes, good cheer, and wish you lots of nuts.
There's two here.
I wish you lots of nuts, stuffing, and crackers.
That's us.
That could be our names. Nuts, cracking, and stuff, and crackers. Okay, right. Anyway, so now Cheryl would like to go on. Hello, Cheryl. She's gone for pink, and she's got a general reading, please. And it's very nice. Yes, it's lovely to see you on the show. And right, I'll just stroke my beard to get the vibes. Oh my they're God. Coming through. They're coming through. Ho ho ho. Right. Okay. Now I am being serious. I'm not playing. I'm not pranking around. I'm being very serious. Now, as I'm talking to you here, would you understand the name Jim? Jim. Yes, I'm hearing Jim. He wants to say Jim rather than James. He says Jim. And would you understand here about drums? Someone's getting drums. Oh, that would cheer you up. And would you also understand here about? They also want to give me something else here. They also want to say to me here that would you understand here about people acting rather odd? No way, Jose. Surely not. Oh yes, they certainly are. Now, as I'm sensing through my beard, yes, I'm sensing here that people are actually rather odd. Would you understand here? You're thinking here, what is up with people? What are they acting at, playing at? And it's interesting here because what I'm picking up here to say to you is that you just got to look there and just go, okay, and we say the season of goodwill and we say the season of festivities. In another sense here is also the season of it's nutty season where people do go nutty. And that's probably the best way you could put it. Nutties. Anyway, so I'm hearing here to say to you that people around you doing this, and sometimes you just got to take it as a pinch of salt. And would you understand here that you've got 2 or 3 very important people acting odd, she says here? No, surely not. Yes, certainly. Anyway, so this is what I'm picking up here. She's saying to me, but 3 very important people will be spending Christmas with you this year. And or the 3 of you, 3 people, and I'm just picking up, it'll be a lovely time. And they want to say it to me first of all. And they also want to say to me here that now this is interesting, because sometimes that I like this. I really like this. We see things from that perspective and that perspective, from your perspective and the other person's perspective, and we see it that way. We tend to see it that way, which I guess is quite normal. What you're going to see very soon is from that perspective, where you can see that and you can see that. You can see both sides. So you're almost looking from a third person, almost looking at things as a person here, about what it is you're doing, where you're going, and what you want. Because something is happening. Something is happening here. I'm going to tell you this. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me wrong here. Would you understand you're worried a little bit about your hair? Now, because would you understand, like, not maybe hair is falling out, or maybe you're losing a bit of hair, but why are you losing it? We're losing it. And your answers will come very clearly here as I see come up in front of you. So it's going to be interesting. So this is what they say is, I'm not here to panic you. Think, oh great, my hair's going to fall. No. It's not a big drastic thing, but sometimes the reasons why and what you've got to do. It's interesting. You'll look at things from a very strong perspective here, and that will put you in a good place. Yes. We're going to pop down the road. Let's go and have a little word with Helen, my elf friend Helen.
Right, as you were talking there, I was given names, and they're not necessarily names from spirit, but I was given the name Alice and I was given the name Kieran that connects. And I was also told that there's been a situation work-wise around the recipient who, I kind of say, is stressing her. It is work, but then again, I feel that she takes work home with her, and she shouldn't. She should leave what happens at work as at work.
Absolutely.
Now then,
I agree. Sorry, I'm not interrupting.
I have a lady coming through now who wants to talk to her, and she says, I was exactly the same. I was the same. I was very stressed, and it was my job that caused stress with me. I'm also been told that the lady passed with the breast cancer, and she was quite close. Now, I thought, I'm not getting that family feeling with her, but she was close with the recipient. And she's saying, look, stress can bring on all major, minor ails, aches, complaints, anything. And this is what's happening to you. This is what is happening to you. You need to step back and you need to just let it go. Go with the flow, I'm being told. Now, I don't know whether there's been a health scare around the recipient, but I'm not like yourself. You don't diagnose or anything. But this lady is saying to me, don't worry, everything will be all right. Everything will be all right. Right. Like, I know you were talking about the lady's hair, but I'm combing her. Now, this is the lady that passed with the breast cancer. Even though there was at one time when there was no hair, the luscious locks, I have to say, what came back. And it's very therapeutic to comb your hair and rub your head. And the recipient receiving the message, if she sits down and just puts her hands on her head and gently massages it, like an Indian head massage, that is what is needed. Now then, I've just had, right, I'll give it because this is how I got it, crystal. Now, I didn't know whether it was the name of a person or it was something to do with crystal. So it's up to them to know what it is.
Okay.
Now, September was very interesting, I have to say. September. Now, I know we get, sometimes Spirit gives me children to give, but is there a connection with triplets with this person receiving the message? There's triplets involved, I'm being told.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Daryl, where's the
now
triplet?
Then, I'd like to comment on earrings because I'm being shown a lovely big pair of earrings. Now, whether it's this lady's that was giving me the information or it's the recipient, but quite significant, these earrings. Yes, they were mine, she said. And that's just a little something of proof of who she is. And then she just drifts off. And I feel that must have been her personality to come and give information. That's it. And would just go. That is it.
This is so interesting what you're saying. I don't know if this is the same lady, and sometimes it is. Definitely not triplets, says Cheryl. But would you, okay, I don't know if they're where triplets are or where you may hear this, but would you understand a lady who passed and she may not be related in the family, but her name was Angela? I'm picking up the name Angela who wants to come through for you. And whether or not this is the same lady, I am not sure. But I'm picking up here a little bit of a very nice lady, but not feeling, yes, because I pick up ill health about herself for quite some time before she passed. So she didn't really want to go and mix with people. She wanted to stand back a little bit and just keep herself to herself. But what I'm picking up here, this name is strong, Angela. And please go and look for that name there. And I also want to say here, don't allow yourself to be pulled down slippery slopes. That's what she's saying to me. You've got the choice. You got the choice. You don't have to go down slippery slopes. Because what I pick up, and this is probably quite true. What a lot of people are talking is this. Yeah. Yes. And so there we go. Yes. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's go and have a look. Let's go and see where we go now. Right. Okay. I've got to go and look for Caitlin. Hello, Caitlin. Come in, Caitlin, wherever you are. Caitlin. There you are. Caitlin. Good. Good evening to you, Caitlin. How are you out there? You look lovely, my dear. You look absolutely lovely. Lovely to read for you. And yes, hope it's been nice wherever you are. And yes, and I'm sure it has been there. I've just got a few messages coming through as well. And right, bag of wind. Yes, just yes, it's what people talk sometimes, don't they? Okay, now let's go. Oh, where have I gone now? So no, just lost you. You've just popped off my screen. Where have you gone? You've just popped off. You were there a minute ago. Ah, there you are. Katie, Black, general reading, please. Katie, very, very good evening, good afternoon to you. And yes, I imagine it's still just turning into afternoon for you if you're out there in San Diego. And right, okay, so where do we need to go here? I get sequence of numbers, first of all, sequence of numbers, like hopscotch, or when you jump from one stone to another, you just find one, then you jump to two, then you jump to three. You don't jump to five, you find four. Then you go to five, then you go to six. This is interesting what I'm picking up around you, because the spirit world coming through says that there's going to be stepping stones to take your life forwards, but don't rush. Don't rush at all. This is what they're saying to me, first of all. And I'm also picking up here. I'm also picking up here that they want to show me that there is some opportunities which are going to come up for you. But if you go from 3 to 5 or 5 to 7 or 9 to 15, you're going to get confused. So you have to, they're telling me here, take things step by step, real step by step here. And this is going to be important to you. And I think that's what's going to help you. And I think that's what's going to be relating to you in your future here and where you're going, what you're doing. Now, I've also got here, and it's interesting here, it says you've got the colour black, because black is about change, black is about transformation. I really pick into this. I love aura energy and picking up this here. And your aura isn't black, but going for the black colour, I know what this means. This is transition, this is going through change. And but then around you here, it's interesting because I have this lady who passed into the spirit world, and actually she was a black lady. She was a black lady, and she's coming through, and she wasn't related to you. She tells me here she was a friend, and there was something to do with. I've got to be careful how I say this, but she passed over, but it's very quick, and it may have been something to do with like suspicious circumstances or something that happened. And she says here, I just leave it be, she says. I just leave it be. But she's coming through for you. Caitlin, would you understand this? A lovely black lady who's a friend to you somewhere. She passed over suspicious circumstances. And there may well have been, would you understand people who got into intoxication or over intoxication? I just pick up stuff like this, like people just went a bit too far. And I got this lady here, she wants to come through. And she says here that she just says here you're an angel. And I think that's lovely. I think that's absolutely lovely. So, Kate, if you're around now, I know you're on earlier, but if you're there, that would be great to hear that. And yeah, so that's what she wants to say to me first of all. I also pick up here. There's a gentleman who's wants to come through as well, who is where am I going, please? Where am I going? I've got another energy coming up as well with him. I've got a gentleman coming through as well here, but he wants to go. He says, I get a feeling he's on the mother's side. No, it was a sister. Yeah, there was a sister and there was a brother. Sister and a brother. Here's the brother, but here's on your mother's side, your family. So I go up to like your mother, and there's a brother here somewhere. Your grandmother, there is a brother, and he wants to come through. And he's showing me a gun, because he was in the military. And he wants to come through. He said, big brown boots, I recognise. I pick up here something to do with the, no, not necessarily the army, is it? Because the brown boots, that's more to do the Air Force. And I pick up here, he wants to come through to say that he's there. And he's just watching you. But he's actually looking through a sight, a gun sight. And as he looks into the distance, he sees things. For you, it's going to be keeping your eyes on the distance, but taking things step by step to get there. That's what I pick up first of all. Madame Elf Helen.
Oh, God. You went off then, Phil.
Yes.
Did you press the wrong button?
Oh, sorry. Did I go off?
Yeah.
Oh, am I back on now?
Yeah. Yeah, now you are.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. It doesn't show that on my end.
Oh, well, it did here.
Okay.
Well, as you were talking then, I got a gentleman come through. Well, a younger gentleman. And he was singing, "You take the high road and I'll take the low road." So I feel there's some Scottish connections around. Is it Caitlin?
Yeah, Caitlin. Yeah.
She looks into the history of a family. There'll be Scottish connections. And this young man is telling me that even though they started off on the same path, they both took different paths in life. And even though he's passed now, he still watches out for her. He still watches out for her.
Okay.
I was given a name and it sounded like Lionel or something like that. Lionel. I'll just give it as it comes and then I can. Right. He talks about Lucy. Now then, he's singing the song "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds." So whether he liked the Beatles or he played that music, that is what is driving me crackers, because that's what's playing in my head now. And I've asked him to stop and he won't. So I feel he's a bit of I can't say a bit of a bugger. You know, if you told him to do something, he'd do the opposite because he's turning the music up. Right. He's now pulled in, and I thought it was a motorbike at first, but it's not. It's like not a scooter, but you know, like them. I don't know. I felt the feeling of a scooter, but then I felt the feeling of a motorbike. So if she can take that, I'll just give it as it comes. You know that I can't make it fit or anything, but it felt both. It felt a scooter and a motorbike. And he's talking about a van, something with a van now. Ah, right. I'm spray painting a van, and I feel that this was the art in him. So he was obviously very artistic. But because of the difference in taking the different paths, and school-wise, he's telling me school-wise, schooling, that they took different paths, and that's why he's passed. He's not going into his passing, so it's not to be, you know, for everyone to broadcast about and being told. Now he's saying the curtains. He's watching curtains, whatever that is. I don't know, but I'll just pass over what he's saying. Right. He's drawn me to the angel on my Christmas tree. Yes, he knows he's with the angels, but like you said before, I feel Caitlin is an angel in disguise.
Absolutely. I really picked that
she's
up.
There, yeah, the good, because it's quite significant for the angel. Now, he's talking about his parents. Right. Would Caitlin know it? Well, yes, she must know his parents. Would she go and tell them that he's been?
Okay. I'm sure when she picks this up, whether it's immediate now or whether she picks this up, because I know they're
quite adamant, his parents.
Okay. Okay, very nice. Very, very nice there. Very nice. Okay, right. Thank you very much. Let's go and do... Where is it looking for? Let's go and do a little bit of this. We'll come back in a moment. Okay, hello. Festive wishes to lovely people out there. We're on a sleigh ride of 2 hours doing readings and dropping by, flying around the universe, giving a load of readings to you guys as we're going. And right, let's pull that back up there. Right, and yes, how are you guys? I hope you're well out there. We're just enjoying ourselves here. Now, we got Rachel. Rachel says, Blue, a general reading, please. General reading. And guys, if you want anything specific, go for that. Otherwise, we just wander off and just go where we're going. And but just let you know that anyway, because we do wander.
We do.
We wonder and we wander.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, so let's go and have a look here. Now, what I'd like to say to you here is that I do pick up here, Rachel. If I was to look at you, pick up the energies around you first of all here. Just stroke my beard, feel the vibes coming through. Although it looks like I'm joking, I'm just having. I'm working here. I'm working here now. Rachel, first thing I'd like to say to you here is would you understand if I was to say to you here that you're exhausted? Yes, I pick up tiredness. I pick up a lot of tiredness around you, and I pick up here that you've gone to a point where you're thinking, okay, maybe you just need a break. And I'm picking up here, there's this lady here who comes back, two ladies who come through. They act like sisters, but they're not. But they acted like this, if this makes sense to you. Now, one of the reasons why I'm picking this up, because on one side here, one was a mother and the other one was a daughter, and yet they acted like sisters. So that was interesting, the way that sort of happened there. And right, okay, so that's what I pick up here. Now, what's interesting with this is I am sensing here, they're telling me here to say, you need a break. You need to back off a little bit. And would you understand here, there's a lot of thought that's got to go into your life at the moment, because you've got the colour blue, and I really am getting soaked up in this feeling of like just, not just think, but just to feel and just be for a bit. Almost like we've got to float around a bit before you do anything. And this is what they're coming through, they want to say us to you here. And I think people here, yes, it's been a busy few weeks. I think people have been pulling at you at extremes here, Rachel. So I think sometimes people, you need a bit of a calm down. Calm down. And I think here, this is a piece. Once you've got a piece here, great. There's a gentleman here as well. He's giving me a big fish trout. And so I think there's a guy who used to do a lot of fishing who used to love his trout fishing. And also here, what I pick up from here, I got a guy's name saying Peter. And I also pick up here too. He loved his fishing. And I also want to say to you too here, he says here, he just says to you, don't worry. That's what I want to say to you, don't worry. I know it's easy. The worst thing you can say to someone who worries is don't worry. But he's saying to me here, regardless of where you think your life's going, is no, don't worry. He wants to say to you here, you'll be pleasantly surprised. And I don't know where you live. Haven't got a clue here. But there's something about the West Country in the UK which is going to be important to you. I haven't got a clue where you live, but I'm just telling you this. This is what they tell me. Yes. Now, Helen, would you like to say anything?
Well, while you were talking, Phil, I had a gentleman's name, Jack, shouted from the spirit world. And then connecting with the colour blue, I felt for this person that blue for me is a healing colour and it's a calming colour. And I feel that things have been said and weren't finished, kind of thing. Like when you have a conversation and it's cut short due through emotion or through whether it's bitterness, angry or whatever, that kind of thing. And this gentleman now comes through and he says, don't take things to heart, because I feel that the person on the earth plane that this message is for takes things too much to heart. Mm-hmm. Now, this gentleman's name isn't Jack. He connects with Jack, he's telling me. I also have to give you the name Bernard, and I have to give you the name Leonard, all connecting with one another. Now then, I don't know why, it's just given me a great big cauliflower. I wouldn't understand the significance, whether he liked his gardening as a vegetable patch, or I feel that the person receiving the message doesn't eat as well as they should do. Dietary requirements are necessary, not hop, skipping and jumping from one to the next. Eating, I was going to say a word beginning with C and ending with P. Rubbish, I have to say. Dietary, now then, as I'm talking now, I've got a small lady that's coming close, and I can see her on the wall here at home. And as she's making herself aware, I have to say that the name Mary connects with her. Oh, she's showing me that she had, I mean, look at the colour of my hair, it's bleached. But her hair was naturally silver grey, naturally. And it was her pride and joy, a crowning glory, she's telling me. And she's brushing it like this. And as she's brushing it, she's telling me to tell you that things need to be smoothed out. Sometimes a firm hand is needed to smooth situations out, like you would sometimes with a brush. And without ragging and pulling. Right. Now, I've just been given the name Tess as well. And as that name came through, I had a big lady come in then. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, and you could hear her before you saw her, both verbally and by the noise she made with her feet and her shoes. She's just backing up everything what the gentleman was saying and the other lady. So they're all connected with one another. And I'm also being told somebody's hiding behind a mask. The face that is portrayed in the public is not really the face underneath. So the mask has to go.
She said, sorry,
and
she
I've
doesn't
just
know
heard
the
now,
names,
cheerio,
but
here we go, goodbye.
Okay. So, Rachel, since you do healing, would you understand here, and you said Peter was your dad, would you understand here that you do the healing, would you understand here that there's a need to just go, take a break for a bit? It's almost like you're pooped or exhausted, busy. And as you say, yes, been a busy few weeks. I do understand, totally there. Okay, now, here's a little interesting request. It comes from the producer. Now, she says here, Deborah, colour orange, can I have a general reading from Helen, please? Well, I'll sit back and go and have a chat to someone else. I'll go and pull a cracker, I think. And she wants you to do a reading for her to see what comes through.
Who does?
Deborah does.
Oh, my God. And she's given me orange.
Yes.
Right, let's see. Well, that's funny because I've got one of my orange sweets here. Let's see. Now then, the first thing that comes to mind is a pair of boxing gloves swinging like this. Symbolically, boxing gloves. And I'm also, Max Bygraves now is singing, you need hands to hold someone you care for. So I feel that at this moment in time, especially now, there's an anniversary around this time. And I feel that Debbie must sit back and hug herself and think about this time. Now then, would Debbie connect with the name Stephen? And then it changed those like Steph, Stephen, Steph. I got the name Stephen first and then it changed to Steph.
Sure, it'll come up in a second.
Now then.
Oh my God, yes, she says.
Right. Now, I know Debbie has connections with Ireland and Italy. She's half and half. But I've got two men coming through here now. And they both acting the ghost as though they're both talking in an Italian accent and an Irish accent. And they mix and matching. They're not related, but they're acting the go, I'm Irish, I'm Italian. Then the other one saying, I'm Italian, I'm Irish. And they're singing. And they're telling me that Carol's singing. So the name Carol connects with her as well. Yes. Now then, the colour orange has just come into view for me now. So I think that there's a bit of vibrancy going on. There needs to be, I'm being told, a bit more looking at the diet. Because when you're not eating right, the vibrations are low. And Debbie's not eating right. So to lift herself up, to get the connections, whatever it is for her, she needs to sort herself out. I know she had problems with her diet. I have to say that I know that, but she's still not following it to the rules that she should be. I have Brian shouted from Spirit for her. And I know you got a name, but I have Peter for her as well. I have Stuart mentioned, but I feel Stuart's on the earth plane. Now then, there's something has happened. I've just been getting a dustbin, you know, whether there's something wrong with the bin or watch out around the bin area of where you live. I have Tina connections. Now I've just been given a cream. You know them long-haired cats? But I want to say, you know, like ragdoll, them posh cats. Not a mix and match like mine. And this cat is just sitting on the table, and as I'm rubbing it, it's just meowing and just likes to be stroked. And I feel this is what Deborah needs at this moment in time. She needs to be stroked. Now, before you start getting excited, Phil, I mean, as in maybe massaged or healing time like that. Now then, I've been getting Stevie Wonder singing One Little Christmas Tree, Standing Alone. And I feel that Debbie sometimes feels as though she's standing alone. And I think it's a work situation. I'm not saying about you, Phil. There's a situation around something with work that she feels she's standing alone. And she needs a bit of help. Now, she's just jumped onto a bike and rode off. Because get on your bike and get going. And again, it's the bike, the wheels, the situation we're talking about is going round and round and round. She feels like she's going round, but she needs to stop and get off herself and sort something out. I have the name Claire for her. And this little voice has just said, I'm your little princess. And that's it.
Okay. That's very nice. That's very nice. I don't know all the names associated with her, so some of it just goes chum at the top of her head. But she's, if you read the response there, wow.
I am.
Yes. Fantastic. Right. Thank you very much. Right. I'm going to start here. So right now, Denise comes through here, and she says, "Let's just go." Where have I just missed that now? Denise. Yes, there we go. Purple, general reading, please. Okay, Denise. It's interesting you got the colour purple because the purple I got for is like a light purple, like a pinky purple, or a purple with pink purple around the outside of it. It's really interesting. Because the way I'd look at this, the way I feel about this here is for all that's going on in the world at the moment, everybody's more closing in ranks than they are pushing out. For you, it's going to be very different because there's a gentleman here called, I'm hearing Bob. Hearing the name Bob, first of all. And this is quite a big guy and a very jovial guy, a very bouncy guy, but he just says the name Bob, first of all. And as he's coming through, he also wants, now it's interesting you're saying the name Peter, but I'm picking up Peter too. So there's a lot of Peters out there at the moment want to come through. So this guy, Peter, also would like to work with you, Denise. And what they're actually saying to me here is, in how they're coming across you, is they want to let you know that you've got ideas. Would you understand having ideas, and would you understand wanting to get things going with people? So you're not just by yourself. And would you understand here, there's excitement coming up, because would you also understand about the thought of moving house, because I get this energy here about moving, and I'm also here, I'm also being given here, they're laughing their heads off over here, because I also want to talk about steam engines or traction engines. Steam engine or traction engines, they want to give me this. This is interesting here. And not sure the name, she says here. Okay. Right, okay. What this is also coming up, because what he's telling me here, but I'm hearing Bob though. This is a big guy, and he's had quite thin hair, and he used to like gel it back. In fact, I even get the feeling here that he either was or he liked to feel, or the part of his life here. Yes, regards movie. Yes, because this is what they're telling me, and this is where I get this purple and a pinky purr running outside, like there's excitement coming, and I pick up there is, and I see a lot of people around you, and I also see Holland. I also want to talk about other countries, and I also want to say to you here that you're going to be far from disappointed where you're going into next year and how your life's going to go, because they want to give me this this vibey feeling around it. Now, there's a lady here as well who I get the feeling I want to say here that she used to love reading books, but she may herself been an author. Well, because she's trying to show me writing. It may be here that she loved reading books, was going to write it, but may not got it published. But she's trying to push me a little bit here, and she wants to say that she did do some writing, and her name's Anne. Her name's Anne, the way she comes over. And she showed me here too. She wants to show me, she says here, there's a special birthday coming up in March, she says. Birthday. And it's a transition time of enormous change around you. And it's this March date. And they're telling me here, they would like to explain to me here that this is going to be great fun. This is going to be good here. But you're going to be having a group of guys around you that may well even go and live underneath you. That's going to be interesting. Interesting here. But you'll be thinking, I'm not sure about this. I really am not sure about this. I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not. Well, actually, coming to think of it, you may change your mind and go, actually, what a good idea this was. And it's almost like a fun family unit, but it's not family. And this is going to be interesting. It comes up in front for you. You're thinking, okay, this is fantastic. It's amazing. And you've moved, but there is something else coming up. I've got to tell you this, that's in a big field. Okay, all right. It's not a cow. It's definitely not one of these. No. What this is, they just show me here that there is something like a big unit which is in a big field, which is peanuts, but wherever's being used in it, you are glowing with excitement. Glowing with excitement here. And I think you will look at this. I know you're going to look at me in a minute thinking something's going on with your beard, but no. Watch. Watch. Now, Denise. Helen, let's pop back to you. Elf Grady, what's going on up there?
I'm too busy looking at your beard to see what's going to happen. As you were talking, Phil, I got the song Blue Moon.
Yes.
So I feel around Denise, I think she's been feeling a little bit blue.
Okay.
A little bit solemn is the word I have to say. A little bit solemn. But with the moon, I love the moon. I love looking at the moon. With the moon that's going to be, and with the planets and the stars, I think things are going to brighten up for her. Now, as we talk about the moon, the song Blue Moon, I have a gentleman coming through now, and he reminds me of the era, not a teddy boy, but, with the sideboards and the hair up, and his dee-dee-dee-dee, that kind of era music. So, obviously, he's not young, I have to say. Oh, I've just been told don't be cheeky, because he's saying that Denise was a little bit of a cheeky girl. So no. It's obviously a father link I'm getting in now. I don't know if it is a father or it's up above, but the father was named. Now, would Denise understand a brother in the spirit world? Because I've just been told brother.
Okay.
Now then, who was the champion? I shouldn't ask questions, but I've just been told when I mentioned the brother thing, the champion disc jockey, I'm being told, who could spin one record at one and another at the other and do this, because I feel this is what is happening with Denise at this moment in time. she's trying to balance too much at once. She's trying to do one thing here, one thing there, and things are getting a little bit wobbly. It's a bit like balancing plates, spinning plates on a thing. Well, you have to decide on which one that you want to sort out first, I'm being told. Again, the gentleman is singing Blue Moon. This is the older gentleman. Do 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 do. Right.
It's interesting you're singing music.
As we're talking, I now have a pair of hands on the piano that is playing a keyboard. I don't know if they're male or female, but they're playing a keyboard up and down. And it's not even tunes, it's more scales. So I feel that Denise, for some reason, is going to have to start at the beginning of something and do things properly and go through all the tracks and all the steps to get what she wants in the end. I have the name Joseph for Denise. Not necessarily connects with the family, but you must remember that sometimes, even though I'm linking in for Denise, this could be for somebody else.
Very closely linked to this, yes.
It's quite adamant that, to come through. Oh, I've just been given an orange. And now an orange, as well as vitamin C and safe for diets, is vibrant as far as I'm concerned. And I feel that this vibrancy is needed by Denise, because, how can I put it? When things don't go according to plan, sometimes there's a plan B. And sometimes the plan B is worse than what doesn't happen. So the vibrancy needs to come in to give her the confidence to start again and try again. Because even though some things don't work first time, they can always work a second time.
They certainly
can. You just need that confidence. You just need that confidence. And that's it, really.
I think there's a heck of a lot, Denise, that's going to happen, that's going to start coming up in your life in front of you. Maybe these names will start to link somewhere, but something important here I think is going to be coming up. I think it'd be pretty amazing what does. And I also really feel for you to say to you that a lot of the things going to start happening. It's a lovely vibe when this happens here. Sometimes when things start to go well for someone, a lot of lovely people can cheer you and wish you well. Or sometimes other people don't like it and they get a bit jealous. You're lucky with the first one. You're lucky with the first one here. Just surround yourself with the people who are so happy for you because of what's going to go on and where you're going. And that's an important part to you here, because I think sometimes there's sensitivity with change. And when our lives start to change, we move, we change things. And if we haven't got vibey people around us thinking, oh God, this is awful. When really, you just need to surround yourself with vibey people. And then things will I'll just pick up things get a little bit better. Yes. If anyone out there would like a little reading, we are on for a few more minutes. And for a mini reading tonight, please give a colour and a question. It'd be great to hear. Or else we'll just chat and tell jokes, Santa jokes, and they'll send you to laddie now, won't it? And yes, now let's go and have a look here. Oh yeah, let's go and do a bit of this just for a second, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, just keep you guys updated what's going to be going on here. Okay, so this is the Cafe Clairvoyance show, which is, we're lovely. I'm joined by the absolute fabulous elf Grady tonight. She's up there in Wignes near Liverpool. And we're down here in Spain, and we got loads of you guys out there going all over the place around the world, which is absolutely fantastic. And yes, Rachel, so glad we can help you out there. That's absolutely lovely. She says, thank you for the lovely reading. We'll look out for the names. Great seeing you both here tonight. Have a lovely Christmas. Take care. Lovely to see you. Anyway, so we're doing these readings tonight here, and we both work spiritual mediums, but you both work in very different ways, don't we?
Yes.
Yes.
And if nobody comes on and asks for another reading, then you can give me one, Philip?
I will do that in just a second, actually. I would be a pleasure to do that. I was also just going to say here, guys, just to keep you updated, what's coming up next. We are on, what day are we on at the moment? I'm so lost because it's Christmas. It's Friday, isn't it? Friday.
Every day is the same.
Friday. I'm completely lost. Coming into Christmas. You go to Christmas week. I've got blooming clue where we go. Anyway, so it's Friday. Now, Friday coming on Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock. Now, this is to clear up any doubt, confusion that has been going out there, guys, here, because the AI has got a bit confused between time zones because of my next guest on Tuesday morning. I'm joined by the fabulous Irene Bryan, and she comes onto the show again. She's a very, very nice lady. And yes, okay, we'll come on to you in a moment. Just Lisa, we'll do a reading for you. And then it'll be a pleasure to read for you, Helen. I'm going to do it in just a second. Anyway, but we're coming on 11 o'clock in the EU, 10 o'clock in the UK, and 8 p.m. in Australia, because she is from Brisbane. So it'll be a pleasure to do that. Okay, just let you guys know, because it's been a bit like, what time is it going on out there? Because AI's gone, it's thrown the time zones, mixy match them. So people in Australia get like 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and we're getting 8 o'clock. So it's all a bit wobbly woo. Anyway, Lisa, let's do this. And Helen, I'm going to read for you. Right, okay. Lisa, Blue General Reading. Okay, Lisa, very, very lovely to meet you this evening. Festive greetings to you, my dear. Right. Now, the first thing I'd like to say to you here is just wait to see what's coming up here. There's a gentleman here I'd like to say who would like to come through. And I look at you on your thumbnail there, and you've got, looks like you've got glasses on there. Because it's interesting here, because the gentleman I'm talking to says he had glasses too. And he was a deep thinker, he tells me, but there may have been a problem with the mind, he says to me here. Maybe a problem with him there. And he's just let me know he's just feeling a little bit, that's partly to do with his passing. And his message to you here is, would you understand either a lot of tidying up or sorting out to do? Would you understand you've got to be busy? Well, I almost pick up like loads of things to get sorted out. But he just says he just sort things out here, because otherwise everything's a bit like chaotic or misplaced. And the blue here is about feeling, and I get the feeling by the colour blue here. And it's interesting here, you're wearing pink, so also pick up pink as well. Blue and pink is about love, keep people happy, but I think you have a very busy time over the festive period. But I also pick up here, just watch out for chaos. Watch out for a bit of chaos. Just be careful. You're not getting too misplaced thinking, oh God, things need sorting out. But they're saying to me here, as you start coming through next year, good news comes to someone very close to you. It's not you. They're telling me it's very close, who's been very despondent about work, thinking nothing's going to happen. And very early on in the new year, good news comes regarding employment. So there you go. Okay. I'll pass you down the road to Helen.
Right, as you were talking, Philip, I had a gentleman come forward and he was telling me that he had problems with his blood. Mm-hmm. And that's why, he passed. Now, he's telling me that somebody on the earth plane has been having blood tests and they've been a bit worried. And just because the results are not quite what they expected, it doesn't mean to say that it's disastrous, I'm being told. Now, as he shows me his hands, he's not telling me who he is. He's showing me that he was a grafter, because, like you get segs on your hands when you've been using tools and things like that. He's showing me the segs, but he's telling me that he earned each and every one of them. And even though his hands had the segs on, they were quite soft. Now, he's also saying soft. He said somebody's been too soft. Now, I think it's the recipient here of this message, a bit too soft for your own good, really. And I know you've got a beard on, but I'm being made aware of facial hair. Not quite a full-blown beard, but not just stubble. Do you understand what I mean? My dad had one. It was like a close beard. And he's making me feel and stroke it. Right. He's telling me that there's been a lot of feelings running amok here. Some people are not getting what feelings are not being given back to the person who has been putting their feelings on display, on show, and they're hurting from it. But always remember that how one person feels and another person feels, it doesn't mean to say that they're not compatible. It's just that we're individuals and we have different mindsets. Now, this gentleman's coming back again now. Right. The name Frank connects with him, and he also gives me the name Fred. So that's 2 Fs. Now, whether he was friends with Fred because he's met Fred. I know sometimes the names you can't take straight away, but if you go away and think about it, it will come up. Now, I'm being some neighbours. So whether Fred was a neighbour of his, because he's singing that song to me, Neighbours. Things were a little bit despondent, he's telling me, but really there was no need for it. No need for it at all. And he gives me a cake now with 2 candles on. So whether it's an anniversary of a 2-year of something, and they both lit, so it's around now.
Oh.
He's also talked again, there's a few, he's talking about a cat. And again, he's showing me, do you know them fish that are flat?
Place.
That's it. And he's saying he loved fish, but he especially loved place.
They are nice fish.
What a herb bunch, he's saying, because he'd think all this was rubbish.
Yes. And one of the gentlemen I got here was a little bit like that.
Yeah, and that's it, really.
Lovely. Lisa, I hope that helps you. Now, young Grady. Okay, let's have a little look here. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? Now, rather than just read for you guys, I'm going to read for Helen, see what comes along.
No, we never get readings.
No, never get readings. So it's about time we do this. Hang on, this beard. Anyway, right. It's interesting here because I saw here. What have I got to look at here? Would you understand, please, a lady who used to work in a school or was a teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's coming through. She wants to come through. She's bringing through the army, which is loads of them. And there's children over there as well, by the way. There's children over there who have passed as well. They're coming through as well. Yeah. And she's telling me here, she says here, that she's saying to me, she says, what she's looking for you to do here is there's almost a pressure behind you, which you need to stop standing still and move forwards. But this, I believe, is your spiritual work. Because it's almost like I've been holding myself back, but this army, this power behind you to push you forwards is huge. And because they're all going to be with you, they're telling me here. The travel come up in front of you is, and at the moment, in these present times, present climes, is like, no, can't happen. No, the travel in front of you is huge. They're telling me. Masses of travel. You go, oh my God, we're doing this. Oh my God, we're doing that. And it's almost like you're saying in your life here, all this happened in this era of my life when really it could have happened at other stages. But the time wasn't right. I was right here. Yeah. They're also saying, I've got a gentleman here who's toddling around with motorbikes. And he's fiddling around with engines. And he's looking up at you and he's giving here. And he says, don't look at things. He says, don't try to make things fit that don't fit. 'Cause he's got a spanner that's too small for a nut. And he's saying here, don't try to make things that don't fit. He's saying to me here, now you picked up on Deborah about her diet. Now I pick up about you on your diet. And the interesting thing is the amount of munchies. Just be careful, young lady. It's all, I get the feeling if you're not careful, young lady, then I get the sort of feeling that, yes, we could hear, yes, those sort of noise. Anyway, there you go. Right. Yes.
That's true.
Yes. Now they're saying to me too here, would you understand that this is interesting here. He tells me this. They're telling me this. Would you understand you need to put a sister straight?
Yes.
Straight. He says you need to put her straight to clear things here. Would you understand here too that there is news about no matter where you live at the moment, would you understand here there are thoughts here, but they're thoughts. He tells me they're thoughts and their plans coming up here, because he says, would you understand that you are actually going to move?
Oh.
But they're thoughts. Like, oh, we could do this perhaps, or we could do that, or we could go and do this. And
Oh, yeah.
That's what he's telling me about. But he's telling me about to move. Now, he's telling me here, he says, this is ridiculous. He says here, you're going to think this is just nuts. But your life, the way it's going to transform over the next 5 years at least, will just shoot you through the roof like never seen before. Oh. And you'll look at like the plans that you're thinking making now, like going, oh God, there's such big plans. How am I going to do this? How's the time? You'll look back at this and going, that was easy. That was compared to the lifestyle and what you got coming out in front of you. Now they're saying to me here as well, they're saying to me, they just want you to keep an eye on your left eye. Your left eye is not as strong as your right eye. Just keep an eye on this.
Correct, yeah.
Yes. And they're telling me here too, they're also looking at your left ankle, your left foot. Just keep an eye on that as well. Just keep an eye on it. I'm just saying here, and this is some respects about moving forwards, doing things. I'm hearing here as well, there's a gentleman here who says, "Aye lad, this is not for you. This is for your, and this is for your other half." But a gentleman there saying, "Aye lad," and he's coming through, and he's very to the point. And he's coming through because he wants to say that he's got to follow plans. He's got to follow things. Like he can't not do things. Like especially whether this is plans he's been told to follow. Something he's got to follow a regime to get right. Whatever this is, he's got to do it. And
I know what that is.
Yes. And he's telling me here, he says he's over the moon to be able to come through. And he also says there's a February birthday, which is going to be enormously welcomed here. And I think here, whatever this is, a welcome birthday, but it's not, I don't think it's your twos, but I think here, whatever it is, it's a time around you, which is good. And news comes to you suddenly. That's what he says here. It's sudden. It's like, oh my God. But then plans have to quickly come together and boom, you're off.
Oh, that's something to look forward to.
It is, really is. It is. And
Thank you very much.
They're telling me here, they know you've been to Australia, but you're going back to Australia.
Oh.
Yes, you're back to Australia. And also here, it's interesting how things are going to connect, work, and be together in the future. It really is going to be interesting. But my goodness, life changes like you've never seen it before. But it's enormous, and you'll be very proud of yourself.
Oh, God.
That's lovely. Pleasure to read for you.
Thank you very much. That's lovely.
Lovely.
That's
now,
lovely.
guys, what I've got to say here, thank you so much for being watching the show. Thank you so much. And thank you, Helen, for being a fantastic co-host with the show here. It's been absolutely blindingly good fun. And I want to say to everybody out there, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back, we'll be back on Tuesday morning. And thank you to everybody who joined in. Don't forget, make a comment about the readings, please. And then you're entered into the draw. And but in the meantime, Helen, I'd like to wish you. I'll be chatting. We'll be chatting. We'll probably do something just for
a
Christmas.
Very Merry Christmas to everybody.
Very Merry Christmas to you too. And well, hey, all my ears. Anyway,
I'll take my hat off now.
Anyway, guys, you guys out there, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining in, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.